So apparently this video explains how a Reddit post changed PewDiePie's life. I don't know what that means. I don't know the history behind that. So we're gonna find out. Let's see, man. PewDiePie, you up the bat. Go sub to PewDiePie. No, don't sub to PewDiePie. He already has like 200 mil, bro. Sub to me. Yo. Let's get it.
Climbing. Whenever I talk about climbing to people that don't do it, it's like they just phase out and it's just not that interesting. Hey!
I'm
Pay
awake.
attention. Okay, listen. Video games. You're a gamer, right? There's climbing in video games. Nathan Drake, Kratos, Link, my Sims 4 character. They all are epic climbers. I always joke that bouldering is the most video game type of exercise. And the more I think about it, it actually is. Flashy colors. Some even has RGBs. Gamers love RGB. Really gay butts. Sorry. What was I talking about? There's even different grades with different difficulties. It's been a year since I started bouldering for the very first time, so I wanted to share my progress with you guys, because that's what I do on this channel now, progression videos. Yay! This all actually started from you guys. You are the culprits. That was a Reddit post that said, try bouldering. Japan is so fucking good at bouldering.
How the hell this, bro? I don't even get. I thought this shit was going like. I thought this video was going to take a completely different path. I thought it was going to be something completely different, and now it's something entirely different in its own, bro. Like I thought, nah.
And I wholeheartedly believe you'll be a natural at it. Who would have thought Reddit changed my life? Here I am a year later and I love it. I mentioned this to my friend Connor and he was like, yeah, we should go. There's a ton of great places. And immediately I was sucked in for the reasons I mentioned. Flashy colors, RGB. It's just fun to climb. Everyone loves climbing, okay?
I don't like
there were some climbs that I couldn't do.
Bro.
So I know I wanted to come back again to really try them when I'm not as tired. And thus I was sucked in forever because that cycle just rinse and repeat pretty much until now. So let's check out the epic progression. Here's me trying.
Bro, do you know the crazy thing about PewDiePie? Yeah, he has got to a stage in life. Now he just tries new stuff. Like DA just lives his life trying out new things. He has the time to try out new things. And then he makes a video about it and then he gets paid. And I'm like, bruh, isn't that the point we all want to get to, bro?
And the actual lowest grade for the first time, V0 or Gokyu in Japanese rating. Pretty good. Back then, you had to wear masks at the gym, so that's a fun reminder for all of you. I don't know what you're thinking. Why don't you just climb it? How hard can it be? It's hard. It's hard. I'm basically touching nothing there. It's like climbing air, water. It's flying. Okay, warning. Jump scare in 3, 2. Too late.
Yo.
Sorry.
Yo.
Oh god, get rid of it. Disgusting. Basically, since I already work out, I felt like I could try stuff that was above my skill because I could just power through it. But my hands could not. Absolutely not. Moving on to March, I climbed my very first V0.
Bro, how weak do you gotta be to not be able to climb this shit, bro? I'd be scaling that thing faster than I can ever scale anything in my life, bro. It'd be like climbing on a D.
Japan is kind of notorious for having grading things a bit more difficult. And this gym, at least, I think is no exception. But I was very proud that I was able to do it. And I remember when I got to the end, I was so scared. I know I'm barely off the ground, but okay, but it was scary. I'm 34. If I fall, I will hurt myself. I'm an old man. I realized once I was up there that I have to put my leg on that big round thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I didn't want to do it because I felt so scared.
Do the different colors mean different like positions of the body? Like if it's yellow, does it mean only your hand can go there? Or if it's blue, does it mean only your legs can go there? I don't get why anyone would want to climb a rock. I mean, you have the ground. You're good on the ground. You can control yourself on the ground. You do not fall on the ground. And then people just go climb mountains without gear. Nah, bruh.
Scared I was gonna fall, and you can really see it on my shaky ass legs. Hell yeah, V0. Let's go. Moving on to April. This is goal Q, which is V2. Starting to move my body a bit more. When you start off, you tend to just be kind of static on the wall. So I don't know, there's some progression there. It's fun for me to look back at these because at the time it was so difficult. I have to put my whole heart and soul into that climb, but now I feel like, yeah, I will do that so easily. I started to try and do more body weight exercises at home.
Ripped. PewDiePie got ripped. Damn, Pew. Now I see what what's his name? Marcia be seeing in you, my guy.
Just because it's kind of fun to change out a bit as well. Here I'm doing weighted pull-ups. It's about 500 kilos or something like that. I don't remember. It's pretty good. And in May, I was able to climb an even higher grade again. This was my very first
Yo, that looks gnarly.
Which is V2 or V3.
I'm pretty sure I can do V1 and V2, but this one I'll fall and my head will end up inside my ass.
One of the staff members were looking at me, and I got a little hooray after.
Oh, nice. And he was like, he gives a lot
it's
of
kind of shameful
like,
to admit just how happy it makes me when someone encourages you for a climb. Because in Japan, you probably heard it in animes, there's a word for encouragement, which is gambatte. So a lot of times people yell gamba for short to support each other when they're climbing. And it's I love how it's such a social sport. And whenever you get a gamba, you gotta try your hardest. And yeah, I was stuck on V2 for a very long time, but I was able to climb them more and more consistently and just feeling more confident overall. But I think, I tend to just do these kind of overhangs because that's what I was good at. I can rely less on technique and more just sheer strength. But this was my all-time favorite.
Bro, you are grabbing the shit like this. I promise you, after being able to do this shit, you would be so good at grabbing gyats, bro. You just be grabbing all that shit, like grab, and like be changing the shape of them. You feel me? Like you be that strong. You grab a gyat and you just change the shape. It's crazy.
Favorite moment for me in climbing. I didn't get it on video. This is just me climbing it. But basically, one of the staff members was trying to help me, but they weren't super good, so they couldn't really show me how to do it. There was an older person there with gray hair, and I love to see just like how many old people actually still climb and exercise. Bro, he was really strong, but this was an overhang, so he didn't want to show it. So he grabbed a younger guy that was really good, and he was like, hey, show this guy how to do it. So he did, and I was like, oh, okay. It's basically this one here. I didn't understand how to grab it because it's this way, but I'm hanging this way. It doesn't make any sense. You basically have to flag your leg out, and no one cares. The point is, I just said, okay, you showed me, thank you, I really appreciate it, thinking they would leave. But they stuck around to see me actually try it, and I couldn't do it. So nosy old grandpa. I said, thank you. You can go now. I'm kind of awkward and introverted, so I felt kind of weird. But no, they stayed still. And the last chance, they all were cheering me on. I got all the gambatte, and then once I was able to do it, they were all cheering me on, applauding, and I don't know. It's such a small thing, but it just made me so happy. It's just so nice. It feels a bit cringe saying this part out loud, but I don't know. I just wanted to kind of share why it's more than just climbing, I guess. Next month, I did this jumping one, and I couldn't do it. The ending was just so difficult, and I guess that's just part of bouldering, you're not going to be able to do all of them. And it can be kind of embarrassing, or you feel stupid, like trying the same things over and over, and you can't do it, you get more tired. But that's just part of the game,
Yo, what broke?
And at this point, I was bouldering maybe once every week. I wasn't super into it, to be honest, in the beginning, because I was more into surfing. But then...
How many things are you into, my guy? You started drawing, then now you started climbing rocks. Are you bored, my guy? Do you need someone to take over your life? Because I'll do it. I mean, it's a sacrifice, but I'll do it. Sure, I'd be PewDiePie for a couple of As long as the person, the real PewDiePie stays quiet in my basement. What's going on? Oh, Buren! Aww.
This guy just showed up. Huh? And I didn't really have time to go surfing anymore because it's just takes up too much time. And it's too difficult. It's too difficult to schedule. The waves. It's okay, you're 10 million times more important. And maybe one day when you're older, we can go surfing together.
Yes, you are.
Deal? Huh? Deal?
Go
Okay,
on, speak. Let's hear your voice.
Back to mommy. So inevitably, it made more sense for me to just kind of stick with bouldering instead because it's indoors. I don't have to rely on the weather, and it just doesn't take up as much time. But what was also good was once the baby was out, I could climb with Marcia, and I was finally able to do this stupid one.
Because he got his girl with him. He got his girl with him, so he was like trying to show off.
That's genuine surprise. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. I got that Marcia string. Your girl is watching, you gotta perform, you know?
Yeah,
but this is when I started taking more seriously. I went twice a week instead. I got one of those fingerboards so I can actually start powering up my fingers. And yeah, they really work. I know you're supposed to be careful on them because you can get injured, but I always felt, oh, look at that, beefy as hell. I always felt like finger strength was what was really holding me back. Before I could hang for 10 seconds, now I could hold for 60 seconds, which I think is a pretty good improvement. But yeah, took it more seriously, did finger training, started doing more bouldering kind of exercise it at home. I was really getting into it, but I remember telling Marcia, like, everyone has a different strength in climbing, and I felt like overhangs was my strength for sure. But it makes you so that you just don't do the ones that aren't. And I was telling Marcia, like, you should get something for climbing all of the ones in a gym, or like all of the same grade, because otherwise you just naturally don't do them because no one wants to look dumb and fall. And as it turns out, a friend of mine told me in a gym, if you can climb all of the ones in a grade, you get, ready for this, a pin. I want that pin. So jumping ahead to February 2023, this is me trying to climb all the EQ, I think it's called, which is V5, V6. There was 9 of them in total. I knew I was going to be able to do the overhang one, easy peasy. This one was actually, for me, really hard because you have to get your left foot up super high and it feels super unnatural and weird. But once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. But this was my arch nemesis. I could not climb this one. You have to heel hook, and then you're just hanging off to this sloper thing.
The way his body is moving,
I might as well be hanging onto a waterfall. Okay, I just couldn't get a grip on it, and I got really worried because I thought, this is not, I'm not going to be able to do it because this one is just too difficult. That happens a lot with bouldering, where even though it's the same grade, some just seem impossible. So I tried again and couldn't even do the start.
How do they grade it though?
I just couldn't get a grip on it. I felt like if I let go of my left hand, I'm just gonna fall. So of course I just needed to brush it, right? That's the only issue. It makes it more texture, so the texture shows. This was it. I was gonna do it.
Sorry.
Needed more chalk. I actually don't use chalk. I just this is a little trade secret, but what you can use is G Fuel instead. Just get the G Fuel powder and you're good to go. Still can't do the start. I was getting closer, but I thought it would be a good time to move on and do the other ones. I remember seeing someone do this one and I thought, oh, that will be so easy. And then you get up to it and you're like, oh shit. But as soon as you get your leg up, it's actually, it's not bad at all.
But this one seems easy.
Then we had this jumping one, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do. I just kept undershooting. I have to grab that big red ball. But I got help with a friend of mine and he was like, I think you can totally do it. And that kind of gave me the confidence. And it felt so good to stick it. This one was really fun. A little scary because you're not really standing on anything in the end. At least it feels like it.
Like the easiest
you have to hope that you can grab it. So one thing about me is that I am extremely tall. Okay, I'm not tall. I'm 170. 70. I'm 180. I'm 180, which is kind of normal height. But
Then
in
you're
Japan,
kind of my height. That's like 5'11".
I'm tall. Why do you think I moved there? But another thing that I have advantage of is long arms. I got long arms. Apparently it's a thing where if you have longer arms than your own height, then you kind of have a little bit of an advantage.
188 and a half.
188 and a half. That's how tall I am.
That's how you should have been. What happened?
I told you I have long arms. I told you. What do you mean I should have been? What do you mean what happened? Wait a minute. So a lot of times what I can do in bouldering is just stretch a lot, and that's all I have to do. You gotta use your strength, right? I think what I am the worst at in bouldering is this wall, the slab, which is tilted inwards. And it's more focused on balance. This one was ridiculously hard. It doesn't look like much, but this hold here, you can barely hold. It's nothing.
Well,
I have memed
myself
before, but
on
that's
this
nothing.
shit.
That's like holding
really
butter.
feel like
You're supposed
I
to
put
grab that
myself-
one and get your right foot up to where my hand is. And that's how you progress. And I saw even the person working there was struggling on this one. That's
Yo, what is this? Bro, YouTube be giving the weirdest art. YouTube has the
how hard it
weirdest
was.
art, bro.
But me, remember me? Long arms. I realized if I really, really, really stretched with every inch of my body, I can just reach for the next hole. See, I could kind of reach it. Like the very tip of my finger could reach it. I thought it was hopeless. Like I wasn't gonna get the EQ V5, V6 pin that I wanted because of this one. But this kind of gave me some hope that it was possible. I love it. It doesn't look like it, but I remember feeling my entire back just being like...
Well, PewDiePie
I managed to
ripped.
grab it. Then the end was terrifying. Look at my legs shaking.
Jump.
But I managed to do it, and I started to feel like, oh shit, I could actually do it. I could get the
Jump.
V5, V6 ping. I want it. It's within my grasp. But of course, to do so, I have to climb this fucking white one. It's still struggling. I still couldn't do it. So I took another break from it just to clear up the last ones. This one was pretty easy. As I was saying, this one was pretty easy. See, I don't even need the last two holds. Long arms. And then I just cleared up the last overhang. These ones I would hate before because I just didn't have the finger strength, but now I feel like I almost have too much finger
PewDiePie's
strength.
voice would pass you out, bro. PewDiePie's voice would pass you out. And coupled with the fact that this video didn't go the way I expected it to, or I initially anticipated, I'm like, bruh.
Just to get some more confidence, I climbed a harder grade. This is Ichidan, but I still couldn't really do it. To be fair, this gym grades a lot softer than other gyms in Japan, which I like because big number sounds better. So this is technically a V7, V8, but it's more like a V, I don't know, V4, maybe V3 in Japan standard. So now I was feeling way more confident, and I feel like I gotta be able to do this fucking one. Tried it again, and this time I don't know what I did differently. For some reason my hand just felt like I got a grip on it.
You shifted
I was
your
able to
weight,
grab the
man.
next one. Sometimes all you need is a gamba. And that was it. I was able to get my B5, B6 pin, climbed all the ones in the gym, and it felt like a really good end to my first year of bouldering. So yeah, that was my first year of climbing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for letting me share. If you're looking to pick up climbing, I really recommend it. It's a super fun exercise. I love that it's social. I love that people support each other. It's the kind of sport where...
Tell me in the comments if you're gonna climb rocks, bro. Tell me in the look, my eyes are red. Let me show y'all, bro. Like, can you see? I'm sleepy. Bro, I've had the longest day. I don't even know why I'm making videos. I've had the longest day. I am so sleepy, bro. I think I even slept during the video. PewDiePie has A very, very soothing voice. I'm not even gonna lie. But look, tell me in the comments what you think about it. Tell me if you're gonna wait. This isn't a music video. Oh my god, I'm going. Deuces.